Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily reading or forecast for all signs. It is a collective energy, and I speak about it in broad terms. So you need to figure out where what I say, in what situations in your life does it fit, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. Nothing's wrong or broken. You might be just working on something different. This reading is originally created for Wednesday, August 11th, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a date that's not Wednesday, August 11th, you might be ready for the message in your life rather than the date it was originally created for. So keep an open mind. Beyond that, check out the drop-down menu on the video for any sort of housekeeping stuff, what decks I use, how to contact me on social media, or how to book a private reading. All that's in the drop-down menu on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, great ways to do so is leaving a question or comment on the video, liking the video by hitting the thumbs up button, sharing out the video, or subscribing to the channel. If you do hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I do go live. And let's see what's going on in the cards for today. Now, when we're at the midweek, we have that Seven of Cups energy underneath this, so we need to keep that in mind. And there he is. I fucking knew. God damn it, I had a feeling. Okay, I had a feeling I shouldn't have started speaking about him because I was feeling like he was going to come out. If I started to speak about him, I just got that hit, like right as I was shuffling. The last two shuffles, I was like, wait, maybe I should shut up and not speak about the weekly yet and wait until we see what card comes out. And sure enough, out comes our buddy, the Seven of Cups. All right, we've seen him, I want to say, like 3 or 4 times already this month, and we're only 10 days into the month. So he might be the theme card for this month. I'm not sure. He seems to be haunting us a little bit. Seven of Cups is about one too many choices, thinking about too many things at once, maybe stuck in a rut as far as trying to make a decision, being indecisive or confused, some like weighing all of our options, yet some of the options may not be plausible or good, right? Sometimes this card can be about daydreaming or wishing things were different when they're actually not, right? And trying to pretend that maybe they are, or trying to find opportunities or options or perceiving situations that aren't necessarily based in reality, right? We're trying to look for, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when we try and sort of validate something or get on board with something that we know just isn't like necessarily okay. It's like we're maybe being pulled in a direction that we shouldn't. And we're trying to sort that out, right? We might know somewhere deep inside of our gut or our intuition that like, you know what, this isn't right for me, or this doesn't work for me. The Seven of Cups can indicate sort of the confusion around that, or maybe not necessarily wanting to listen to that intuition, but continuing to sort of like keep ourselves real busy with all of the different options or all of the different possibilities so that we don't have to see what's really there on the table, right? Or we don't have to deal with what's really sort of going on around us, right? That could be for some of you. We did see this card as the midweek card. The fact that it shows back up says to me, if you are confused or feeling a bit emotionally challenged right now, that's exactly where you need to be, right? Because you're definitely in line with the representation of this card. So don't beat yourself up over that challenge, right? Don't beat yourself up over not being able to maybe make the decision or feeling a little bit overwhelmed. But know that this too shall pass. Sevens are about making that conscious decision, right? About making that conscious choice, like actually choosing something, no matter how confused we may be, right? So in the Seven of Cups, it's like we might be weighing in the emotions or the options around a certain situation or person or whatever it is we're looking at. And we could be a little bit confused, but the key here is to not bash ourselves into submission, or not beat ourselves up or judge ourselves as we're trying to figure this out, right? We want to be able to figure it out and support ourselves while doing the figuring. There is a little question that we might want to ask ourselves if we are being too overly, thorough in our focus, in our thoughts. Are we giving too much attention to maybe things that aren't plausible or possible? Because when we start to look for those things or emotionally long for those things and try and sort of justify them or make them happen even when they're not real, we end up kind of furthering or prolonging this process when, there might just be the need for the reality, which is to make a clear-cut decision that is the most logical and grounded for us so that we can then move on from this energy. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're stuck on what should I do would be the question, and that what should I do would be in various situations. It could be around a job, it could be around a relationship. You have to figure out where your what should I do moment is right now in your life. But it's okay to weigh the options, but try not to get yourself so confused in all of that weighing or in all of that contemplation that it causes you more undue stress and affects your decision making, right? That would kind of also be the message of this card. We had a sort of quiet self-assurance in the Grimalkin card that we're sort of, I don't want to say we're losing it because we are, heading towards that strength card at the end of the week. We will feel empowered and a little bit, certainly much more better off by the end of the week. But right now, I would say be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, look at things practically, use discernment, really take decisions or contemplations one step at a time. Try not to flood your brain or your heart with too many options because it will only serve to get you maybe more emotional, more confused, or more challenged in the process that you're in right now, right? So here is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. This is card number 4. This is Opportunity Beckons. What I love about this card here, 4s to me are about stability, right? I always say 4 legs are on a table. It stabilizes the table and flattens everything out. And what I find is interesting here is I think that there's an opportunity within this confusion that we have going on that we maybe don't necessarily see. And the reason why I say that is because his back is to that ball, or what I would conceive as sort of like maybe the planet or his place in the world. There is this infinity symbol here, which to me represents, it takes me to that sort of, first off, it's that energy of the 8, which comes after the conscious decision that the 7 of Cups requires us to make to move ourselves to that more balanced or peaceful, reciprocated place. But that 8 is also the symbol of the Magician. It's also the symbol that you find on the Strength card. So in the opportunity that beckons within this confusion that we might be in, we have to trust that we will reach a more stable place. We will reach a place with better sort of information, understanding, perception, whatever it is that we feel as though we're missing or that we're lacking. We will be able to find it through working our way through this indecision or this confusion. We need to understand that this is just all part of the process. Don't fight it, don't resist it. Stay with it. And like the way that he's sort of sitting there on the, I don't know why the camera pulses like that. The way he's sort of sitting there contemplating in the night sky, listening to that moon, his intuition, and allowing the answers to come from within are really, that might be the very opportunity that we need, right? Not listening to the outside world or being confused by all of the different factors that are going on and the options that are going on around us, listening to our own internal voice and allowing that opportunity to, or that voice to sort of bring us that opportunity, right? There is something that's happening here, and this very well could be what is setting up for the Strength card that we'll see later in the week, right? Where we listen to this voice within, we understand and make our decisions from that place, and that's where we gain that strength that we'll see by week's end. All right, let's look to the grounding stone. And the grounding stone is on, I believe this is moonstone, but it's on, the word is honor. So, grounding in the idea of honoring ourselves first and foremost, that would be our focus or where we want to ground from. That's going to help to alleviate the stress or the confusion of the 7 of Cups. If we do have a lot of options or avenues to weigh, mitigate, or contemplate, doing so from a place of, okay, how do I best honor myself first, and then the situation, or then the other individual in the, situation that we're looking at or that we're confused by, is going to help us to not only find the strength to make the decision, but also it will help us to make the right decision in a way, because we're focused on this idea of honoring ourselves first and foremost, or honoring the situation, trying to give it respect, not trying to cause more harm or more damage, but definitely not to ourselves, but maybe not to whatever it is that we're confused by or that we're dealing with, right? If we ground in doing the honorable or the right thing, we're going to be okay. But that right answer to me is within us in this card number 4, this opportunity beckons. We just need to turn sort of within ourselves and listen to that voice within. Don't run from this, whatever it may be, is sort of the thing. The honorable thing would be to sort of stand and face it, to understand that although it might be emotional, that it might be confusing, that it might be challenging right now, there's something to be gained out of this. There's some sort of understanding or some sort of evolution that you will receive that will strengthen you in the end of it all. Okay? That is your forecast for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Join me here every day if you'd like, and share this video out with your friends. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.